Chapter 852. From the quietly fallen Nahan, a tremendous power burst forth, overwhelming Duke Honey. The terrifying aspect of mental abilities lies in their near impossibility to be blocked. An invisible, formless power is difficult to counter, even for fellow awakeners, let alone for those without any power. Struck squarely by the abilities emanating from Nahan, Duke Honey froze as if struck by lightning. His eyes wide open, a dreadful silence pierced through for a moment. Shortly after, the Duke's body stiffened like a log, trembling uncontrollably. His grey eyes rolled back, and a groan, barely resembling speech, escaped his lips. Then, an explosion. Kanawan momentarily fainted from the overwhelming burst of information emanating from Duke Honey. By the time her companions, who had rushed to her calling her name, managed to revive her, everything was already over. It felt like reading a person's entire life in an instant. No, it was like centuries of time compressed and unleashed in a single moment. And those centuries were filled with nothing but pain and fear. Do you understand? After her explanation, Kana, pale-faced, struggled to describe the sensations she had last felt. It was an abstract description, but Yudhir immediately understood its meaning. I know what it is. I have seen that attack before. He had felt a similar sensation when Nahan last attacked him. A blink of an eye stretched into an eternity, and in that eternity, he experienced all the pain he had ever felt indefinitely. Yudhir endured it, but Duke Honey did not. As the result, the Duke, as if having swallowed a bomb, was covered in clots of blood, dying instantly, turning into a pool of blood. His death, though brief from an outsider's perspective, must have felt like an endless repetition of centuries of accumulated fear and pain, just as Kana described. It was the most terrifying revenge that only Nahan could execute. Sometimes I do wish we had this power to execute those fucking criminals. You know who I'm talking about? Yudhir turned his gaze toward where Nahan had been, over the unrecognizable pile of blood. The faint, eerie energy that had been emanating from that was no longer visible. A lifeless body. ... Yudhir remained silent for a moment before turning his eyes back to Kana. She was covered in blood splattered from Duke Honey's death, but the reflection in her blue eyes made her look even more battered. It's not your fault. We need to clean up first. You should. Boom. Suddenly, the air vibrated intensely again. The vibration was similar yet different from the immense power felt during Duke Honey's death. It originated from above, precisely from the cracks in the sky. Fuck. Instincts like those of a small animal in the presence of a great predator warned of danger. People, staggering with the thrill running from head to toe, raised their heads to discover 3 expanding cracks in the sky, resembling the eyes of a massive demon, and something indescribable writhing within like worms. What is that? What? Oh God! Those still shocked by the recent events screamed reflexively. Panic ensued, with people clutching their heads, running away, and falling into a state of breathlessness from the overwhelming fear. Yudhir bit his lip hard as he observed the scene. It hadn't been long since he had expressed his hope to Kishir that things could be resolved just as they were, yet now the cracks were opening. Damn that Duke Honey. Though dead, Yudhir felt an overwhelming urge to beat him once more and then bury him with his own hands. What was the reasoning of a man who valued his life so dearly that he wouldn't even venture into the capital to come crawling to his own deathbed? His pathetic ego, Yudhir, his pathetic ego. Shouldn't one at least try to preserve one's life? Even if it was a dying awakener, an awakener was still an awakener, They possess a power and danger incomparable to the non-awakeners. It had been a long time since either had felt so acutely that the people of this era truly understood neither the significance of this power nor its implications. The world before his eyes, which had just calmed with the help of divine power, swirled dizzily once again. First, no monsters had emerged yet. If we can find a way to close the cracks in the state, and then boom! Suddenly, there was a sound of the air settling. The crack widened a bit more, and hail began to pound heavily on their shoulders and back. What? Nahan and Dukhoni are dead, and yet the cracks are opening again? Yither, behind! A man's voice, unmistakable from anywhere, reached Yither's ears as he stared at the cracks. Swiftly turning his head, Yither glimpsed a shadow hunched like a tomb amidst the cascading avalanche of ice, and he hesitated for a moment. ... A twisted figure, shrouded in an ominous aura, weeping blood stains with sunken eyes. The last being Yither had hoped would not appear in the situation. Hosanna was there. Hosanna's hollow sunken eyes gazed deeply at the pool of blood spreading wide and Nahan's body lying submerged in it. His trembling body blurred and flickered, disappearing and reappearing continuously. Seeing the cavalry members approaching from a distance, Yither instinctively realized that Hosanna had used his powers to get here. Damn it. It was the worst case scenario. Nahan had killed Dukhoni, and now, of all times, Hosanna had discovered the scene. The ongoing cries rapidly intensified. A strong premonition of an imminent rampage sent shivers through his skin. Like a lantern flickering on and off, the eerie and unstable aura instinctively made his skin crawl. The agonizing, heart-wrenching screams unnaturally amplified, turning the falling hail into explosive bombs. Yither reflexively gathered his strength to create a protection barrier of wind around him. Numerous chunks of ice bombarded the shield, followed by a tremendous shock. Yither forcibly swallowed the blood welling up inside him. The whirlwind of hail spinning wildly near Hosanna was so powerful that even a single touch could severely injure a non-awakener. Yither, don't come to me. Evacuate quickly. Under normal circumstances, it might have been different, but in this situation, it was uncertain how perfectly he could maintain the shield. He gestured to Kana, who was approaching to help, to stay away, and pointed towards Myra, who was still sitting dazedly, prompting Kana to clench her teeth and back away. Your Highness. Yither frowned at the impact of the hail battering the shield as he watched Kana move away. Defending against the hail was already taxing, and he couldn't properly focus on the increasingly thunderous pressure and the cracks overhead. Damn it. To make matters worse, a hailstone the size of a fist struck his forehead, eliciting a curse as he staggered. Then a large hand reached out, enveloping Yither's shoulder and head. Are you alright? Kishir asked emotionlessly, wiping the blood from Yither's forehead. His own face and body were also battered and scratched due to the intensifying hail. Yither felt a surge of warmth inside him, seeing Kishir, unattended to his own injuries, solely focused on him. Yither swallowed hard before replying, Yes, I'm fine. How much longer can you hold it? Actually, rather than holding it, I think it would be better to quickly kill that one over there. Before he could finish his sentence, another onslaught of hail from Hosanna's direction battered the shield, swirling madly. Even as Yither waved his hand roughly to reinforce the shield, it appeared precarious. Grinding his teeth, attempting to muster more strength, Kishir grasped his hand. Immediately, an invisible force enveloped Yither's power, reinforcing the wind barrier. It felt as though a stronger wall was pushing back the internal turmoil from the outside. Only then did Yither exhale. His body felt relieved, but his heart grew heavier. It meant that, as much as he was eased, Kishir was being strained further. I'm fine. You should head towards the cracks. They are opening. I'm still okay. Nathan is there. Kishir answered coldly. His gaze wasn't on either, but on the wind barrier, watching Hosanna crawling on the ground amidst the hailstones. Hosanna, 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 please. This is not the freaking time.